Drama, despair, delight, expect them all and so much more. We are all set for day one of a brand new season. Peter Drury, and this is Jim Beglin. Delight to have him on board.
Thanks for the intro, Peter. I've been soaking up the atmosphere and I'm really looking forward to what lies in store.
Off we go then. Delivers across. And the volley. And that's caused a worry or two.
Oh, listen, I think you can understand at times that the pace of the game pressures players into split-second decisions, and sometimes they just make the wrong one, and I think he would have been better placing that. Well, I think the early signs have been very good for them. They've already got that defence unsettled, and now they've got to back it up.
Gone for it! He's got away with one there.
I love to see a team closing down from the front like that, and I think they did brilliant to win it back and get the shot away. Well, this is how to grab a game by the scruff of its neck. Front foot football with real intent.
Promising move that, good inroads into enemy territory, but no joy.
Well, they would seem to be trying to expose the centre of that defence to runners.
It makes for some terrific movement.
It does, and they may be hit on the break because obviously it requires numbers forward to stretch them out.
Cuts it out. Who's going to make this theirs? Ball's out on the left now. Shapes to shoot! That's a half-decent try.
Oh, he couldn't have hit that any better, and any other time it would have sneaked in.
Out wide to the right. A chance! Wonderful quick feet.
Well, we were unlikely to see a goal then because there were so many players crowding out that danger area. I think something very special was going to be needed.
Real chance to break. Out to the left it goes. Big chance here. He's missed another one.
Yeah, they should be out of sight, and they're not because of a little sloppiness in front of goal.
Battles to win it back. Aimed long and direct. Looks to slip it through. Knocks it towards the front. Is there any support? He might not need it. And now they can launch a counter.
Well, there's no way I'm accusing him of being selfish, Peter. He had no support.
And they've got it back as soon as they gave it away. Just off target. Pumps it upfield. Struck first time. Good stop. That wasn't easy.
Well, I can only add that he's got reflexes that are in perfect working order, Peter. That was very good to watch.
And the counter is on. Tries a through ball. He'll have a dip! A wonderful effort, all by himself.
And it looked as if he had Hollywood written all over it, but it ended up in bust, unfortunately, on this occasion. What a pity.
Referee's had a look, and he's blown his whistle for half-time. Reflections on the first half?
Well, Peter, after a really lively opening when we should have had a goal or two, it has settled into a less ambitious affair, I would say, but I wouldn't be surprised to see the start of the second half full of vigour again.
An engrossing half, but we're still where we started, 0-0.
Well, that first 45 minutes didn't deliver as we'd hoped. Lots of effort, but a lack of quality with the finishing has left us hoping that someone can step up and produce something a little more magical.
Let down by a lack of accuracy. Plays a clever pass. Tries to get it forward quickly. Chance to shoot. It's a brilliant interception. He's gone for it! Sticks it away! He was urged to shoot, and he duly delivered.
Well, to his credit, he managed to ghost into space to finish things off, but the failure to spot him was ghastly defence.
Deadlock broken, it's 1-0.
Well, listen, a few words of advice and encouragement from the manager during the break can often straighten things out, and it's paid off here.
Well, there's no sign here of forwards working back, they are staying upfield.
They are, Peter, and it gives them a chance to break, but it's also causing an extra defensive presence to prevent that.
Whistle's gone, that's foul. Belfast still with this narrow deficit to chase as the time ticks away. Can he find a finish now? Turns and goes back. Great strike, but the keeper's equal to it. And he's there to make a great save.
Keeper has shown great concentration there. I think his anticipation pretty much did the trick for him.
To shoot! Your impression so far, Jim?
Well, they may be down, but they're far from out. In terms of chances, they're right up there with these opponents.
Belfast still contemplating when to use their last remaining substitute. Belfast, their final change. Who's ball? Who's going to get there? Looking to get within range. It's a goal!
Well, we're all back to square one, but I hope this game opens up from here. It looks as if it could happen. Look, there just wasn't much of a gap to begin with, and to find it, I think it was a fine drive, and I don't think the keeper could have really planned for that. I think he's a bit unlucky in that instance.
When the manager called on him, he was only too happy to repay that faith.
Well, the instruction from the manager would have been, go on and make yourself a nuisance and see if you can snatch a goal. Mission accomplished.
And that has added a whole new complexion to the game.
Well, the big question now is whether they can keep the energy levels up and try and grab a winner.
Now the pass. Oh, it's opened up nicely for him. Whistle's gone, that for offside? Yes, it is.
Well, this is when your experienced players should come to the fore. They've got to help them keep it better than this.
Needless to say, he was expecting a better ball than that. He's had a shot! And that's a real chance missed.
You get the feeling that whoever scores the next goal here will be the winners of this tie. They can't afford to waste chances like that, though.
some activity down on the touchline. It seems there's going to be a change.
Well, for me, this was the obvious substitution. He'd become just a little jaded, and as a result of that, he was most likely to make a mistake. I think sometimes when the body becomes tired, the brain goes with it, and I think that's happened in this case.
Charges in. Whistle's gone, that's a foul. And the referee has shown him a yellow card. Aimed forward, good running with the ball, can they build on it? He's made sure that that won't get through. That looks a foul, yep, referee's given it. Just a talking to, I think, yes it is. Can he score? What a wonderful goal!
Well, we're sitting here wondering who, if anyone, was going to be able to step up and find a way to goal with the clock running down, and the skipper obliges. It should cement victory in what has been a pretty unpredictable affair.
Perfect placement, the one place the keeper couldn't reach.
Now that's what I call finishing, right in the corner. He knew instinctively who was where and didn't need to waste any time weighing things up. That's a cracking goal.
Deep into stoppage time. Turns and goes back. Going for goal! Oh, so close to what would have been a memorable goal.
Well, he just knew, Peter, that he needed a better angle to get the shot away, and I just thought it was a very impressive dribble.
Good challenge, he just stood firm. And that is that. Belfast have gone down in the opening game here. A big disappointment for those who've so looked forward to it. But there is plenty of time to turn it round. Any reflections on what you've seen, Jim?
Listen, nobody wants to open a new season in this fashion. It leaves a sour taste in the mouth when hopes would have been set high. A setback, yes, but that should help them generate extra motivation now.
That's where we have to end it. From me, Peter Drury, and my co-commentator, Jim Beglin, a very good evening to you all.